All lies will be exposed. That's all.
Welcome to Ms. Mojo. And today, we're counting down our picks for the celebrities who dropped hints about what went on at Diddy's parties.
That's what Denzel told me. Leave 30 minutes for the devil get there.
Number 6. Khloe Kardashian. An old clip from Keeping Up with the Kardashians is making the rounds again, with Khloe talking to Kourtney about her wild Vegas weekend with some famous friends.
So who was with you this weekend?
A bunch of my friends.
Diddy, Quincy, Justin Bieber,
So far,
French
so good.
Montana.
Later, another party detail pops up, though it doesn't really seem to raise any eyebrows.
I got on a plane at 5:30 a.m. Go to this party. I think half the people there were butt naked. You would have loved it.
What really stands out, though, is when Khloe suddenly tells her friend Khadijah Hawk to, quote, stop talking. Whether she's trying to avoid reliving an embarrassing moment or hiding something bigger, it feels a little uneasy now, given what has come to light since.
Have you met Chloe's new, crew of friends?
No. Well, kind of.
You did?
Yeah.
Stop. Stop talking.
Number 5. Ashton Kutcher. As we've just seen, sometimes what celebs don't say can be just as revealing as what they do. In his Hot Ones interview, when asked about the parties, Ashton Kutcher's first response is,
I've got a lot I can't tell.
the more he thinks about it, the more he realizes practically none of his memories are fit for sharing.
Can't tell that one either. I mean, I'm like actually cycling through them.
Kutcher steers the conversation away from the parties and instead explains how they became friends and how that led to Combs running a marathon. For someone who tried their best to stay clear of Diddy stories just minutes earlier, it is kind of weird that he brings him up again later on.
Diddy party stories, man. That was like some weird memory lane. Ugh.
Number 4. Usher. While talking on The Howard Stern Show several years ago, Usher reflected on a strange chapter of his life in the 90s, when he lived with Diddy as a teenager.
Something called Puffy Flavor Camp.
There you go.
To learn
Flavor Camp.
Yeah,
Flavor
that's what it
Camp.
was called. And you're going to go to Puff Daddy's. He's going
In the 90s, do you understand what that's like?
It's already unsettling when you realize Usher was just 14 when he attended what they call Puffy's Flavor Camp. While Usher admits he may not have been able to grasp the rapper's lifestyle at the time fully, he recognizes some pretty strange things were happening.
There were very curious things taking place, and I didn't necessarily understand it.
Though he doesn't go into details, once again, what's left unsaid is as insightful as what he shares. The most telling moment comes when Stern asks if Usher would let his child go through the same experience.
You're a dad now. Would you ever send your kid to Puffy Camp?
Hell no.
Number 3. Cat Williams.
All lies will be exposed. That's all. And anyone who takes that the wrong way, know why they take it the wrong way.
In a resurfaced interview from January 2024, comedian Cat Williams, who's hardly a stranger to controversy himself, talked about how he expects, quote, all these deviants to face consequences this year. And what is one name in particular he calls out?
All of these big dick deviants is all catching hell in 2024. It's up for all of them. It don't matter if you Diddy or whoever you is.
Later in the interview, Williams explains how he's turned down huge amounts of money to stay true to himself, which leads to some interesting comments about partying, or more like not partying with Diddy. What's almost unbelievable is that this interview happened at the start of 2024, and Williams didn't just hint at the infamous parties, he pretty much predicted that this would be the year Diddy's past caught up with him.
P. Diddy be wanting to party, and you gotta tell him no. You got to tell him no. I did. I did. See, I got the receipts for everything I'm telling you.
Number 2. Denzel Washington via Brandon T. Jackson. During an interview, Brandon T. Jackson shared that he had received some sound advice from actor Denzel Washington.
Have you been into these rooms where these
Man, I leave 30 minutes for the devil get there. That's all I got to say.
Okay, there you go.
That's what Denzel told me. Leave 30 minutes for the devil get there.
It sounds like the older actor did the most to avoid the notorious events that reportedly went down at these parties. Jackson said that Denzel would always leave early, telling him he needed to get out, quote, before the devil gets there.
There's a saying, when the devil ignores you, then you know you're doing something wrong.
And by the sounds of things, Jackson took his advice to heart. He also insisted he had nothing to do with those rumored events and even seemed uncomfortable talking about it. Whenever his interviewer tries to press for details, he keeps circling back to Washington's words.
Have you ever heard someone say, hey, after party, XXX place, and you be like, man.
It's always an after party, but you leave 30 minutes for the devil get there.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. 50 Cent.
I guess this means I won't be invited to the white parties in the Hamptons.
50 Cent has been beefing with Diddy for a while now, and he's pretty candid about why he wouldn't attend those parties.
So you and Diddy, you and Puff cool?
No, I don't really rock with him.
Okay,
like that.
damn, all right.
Back in July 2024, he told The Hollywood Reporter that he avoids those events because there's, quote, an uncomfortable energy connected to it. He even accused Diddy of taking advantage of people in the industry under the guise of helping them, which is also why he kept his distance.
Matter of fact, you know what? I don't want to do deal no more.
You might have heard that 50 Cent is releasing a documentary on Netflix that dives into these allegations. It's been called, quote, a story with significant human impact, and, quote, a complex narrative spanning decades, aiming to give a voice to the voiceless.
Documentary about P. Diddy, Puff Daddy, P. Diddy.
Yeah.
Did he do it, right?
Yeah.
I know
He did it.
you've been heavy on social media talking about it.
He did it. And I'm the only one who's been vocal about this long before it actually.
Have you heard any other celebrities talk about their experiences? Let us know in the comments.
In some ways, draining the swamp of Hollywood.
Yeah, I don't have a support system. I don't have a support system of a peer group of artists that I require to do what I'm doing.